What is going on? I'm zmoT, also known as Anon Moose. Back and forth with the names. What we're going to do today is War Factory. No warships today. I know some of you are sick of it. Lots and lots of you like it, but those that don't really don't like it. Found the video issue. It was YouTube. That is the crazy part to me. I managed to run into a bug with YouTube that was only affecting a small percentage of people. Not awesome. Managed to work our way around it, though, after hours and hours spent. Let's have a look at War Factory. What do we have here? Lots and lots of microwavers. Get your popcorn ready. Lots and lots of heat coming on that right-hand side. Going right wouldn't be an awful idea because you're going to avoid the rocket launchers and the shock launchers and stuff. But there's still zmoTs, and one thing about zookas is they do outrange microwavers, so you don't necessarily need to shock them. But I'm going to go right with a max level account. For this low level account, we're going to go left because that looks easier to me. So if you're shouting at your screen saying, "Go right, you idiot," then we're going to do that later on. Anyways, let's keep going. We're going to do 2, maybe 3 different accounts on War Factory just out of interest's sake. Let's go. We've got Everspark and her universal remote loaded. If you are XP37, you should have it. If you don't, it means you haven't upgraded Everspark as much as you probably should. We're going to drop an artillery right in the middle of those 4 shock launchers. That's going to mark them. If you don't know what marking is, please shout in the comments. It is vital to understand what marking does and how to use it and how to double hack. Look at that. We got the double hack in action. Now, right now, we can't use a flare. There we go. We can use a flare. So we're going to flare that far one just so that we don't have to walk quite as far on the next one. With only a GBE 22% statue, we managed to hack 3 defenses thanks to that wonderful, fantastic, beautiful double hack. Now we're going to throw some artillery back here on this rocket launchers. Yes, I just said on this rocket launchers, making a plural thing into a singular. It is early in the morning. I get up early just to get this video out for you. I am in the worst possible time zone. So for those of you who stick around and wait, thank you so much. Anyways, what we're going to do here is we are going to get rid of that last shock launcher, and then we're just going to use all of our gunboat energy on those rocket launchers. 40,000, that's a lot though. So maybe not a great idea. So we're actually going to bring Everspark back there. 40,000 is too much damage for a low level to do. But at the same time, their range is not super far. So I think maybe we can just clear this whole front without having to worry about that. It's a tough decision. I hate hacking with Everspark. If I send Everspark back there, a lot of you are going to screw this up. zmoTs see through smoke. They will kill Everspark before she gets her hack off, so I'm not going to do that. It is more fun, but fun isn't necessarily the right answer right now. So we're just going to drop Everspark right about here. We are then going to push the button and then flare. It is vitally important that you do it in that order. I'm only going to use 1 smoke, hoping that... There we go. I knew she was going to step out. I just didn't know if she was going to die before she got the hack off. So we did manage to do the old step out. Now it's just dropping troops and trying to burn through all of this messy mess. So gonna barrage right in here to clear all of these mines. A little bit unfortunate because we need to use our barrage on those rockets back there, but nonetheless, let's get going. I'm gonna come right up into the front here, right up in your grill. We're gonna go all of our zookas right there. We're gonna drop a smoke, and why we're dropping a smoke is because that way we're getting all our troops ready to fire. They are up close and personal. That way we're not shocking while we're waiting for troops to arrive, because you hate to shock early because you're just watching your troops walk. When your troops are walking, they're not shooting unless they're heavies. I'm pretty sure that heavies are the only troop that fires as they walk. I could be wrong. I've been wrong at least once before in the past. I might be mistaken on that though. But that was my dad's favorite joke always. Again, using GBE when I was not hoping to use GBE, but at the same time, at least we managed to get rid of that front mess, starting to clear ourselves a nice little path here to walk up. I'm going to try to aim towards going left. I probably should have just smoked my zookas towards those rocket launchers to be clear. I think we might still do that on my next attack. Right about now, I am just getting ready to A, shock, and B, retreat. We are going to be retreating very, very quickly. There's no sense losing troops when we don't have to. So right now, we're just going to farm some GBE. I'm going to hit the retreat button once, and then we're going to hit the retreat button again and throw some gunboat energy while we run away, hoping that it has time to land. Just a reminder, if your troops are back in those landing crafts, your artillery will not land. So throw it quickly, get ready, and go. We've got a few diamonds here. Oh, 75. That is hurtful. Going to need to spend a little bit of time potentially as a low level. Now, here is the issue. We need to get rid of those rocket launchers and those zmoTs. See how much damage we've done? We've done actually a reasonable amount. On a low-level account, you can typically do about 50,000 on an HQ18. I'm not sure what an HQ17 can do. And we do not have a lot of gunboat energy. Quickly to show you my statues, let's have a look. We've got a 22% gunboat energy and a 16% gunboat energy and a 20% troop damage. My sculptor is hammered. Anyways, let's keep going. We've got 3 attacks left. You know what? I'm going to try it. We're going to try and just use all of our gunboat energy on this right-hand side on these rocket launchers. See if we can't get rid of them. I don't care about the zmoTs. They're only going to take 1 zooka at a time. But these rocket launchers are concerning me. So managed to get rid of 1, which doesn't do awesome stuff for us. But we can drop all sorts of troops right in here. We're going to drop Everspark in behind them. And now we can just farm gunboat energy as Everspark's critters hopefully distract those grapplers. We'll find out in a second. Can just walk up at this point, trying not to waste too many troops simply because I don't have too many troops left. We're going to throw a barrage, and the reason why I'm going to throw a barrage is because 22 is less than 13 plus 15, if that makes any sense to you. If it doesn't, let me know. Should be fairly simple math, but at the same time, nothing that is simple ends up being simple. I'm not the best explainer, and on top of that, there's so much going on the screen right now. So we're going to throw a hack, hoping to get rid of that boom cannon. Now, that boom cannon is going to distract all sorts of machine guns for us, hopefully also take out that machine gun. That would be ideal. Perfect. That worked out absolutely perfect. Using the boom cannon as a shield, also using... let's back up one more time. Need to get rid of that boom cannon. And now I'm going to retreat one more time. Just trying to save my troops. Don't have all the diamonds in the world, so probably should have done a little bit cleaner job on that, but retreat, retreat, retreat. I like to retreat and save some troops. You guys don't feel the obligation, obviously, simply because I don't even have enough diamonds to load my boats right now. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to see which one costs the most diamonds. I'm going to replace that with Rifleman. Rifleman, always a good time. Let's see here. What else do we have? Do we have enough diamonds yet? Not quite. Let's get some more Riflemen involved. Riflemen obviously cost less diamonds, fewer diamonds. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear the construction or not, but there's construction going on by my house, and it's driving me nuts. Tearing down one house just up the street and making 3. Madness. Anyways, here we go. We got grapplers. We got this. How many attacks? We got 2 attacks left. So at any point we can retreat, but hopefully we shouldn't have to do that too early on. Artillery to get rid of the rocket launcher. Always use your gunboat energy before you drop your troops. Operation attacks included. It will make your life so much better. You'll see people trying to smoke zookas and then trying to throw artillery at the same time. Bad things are going to happen. Now we can get rid of all of these mines. Our riflemen are out front. We've even got critters out in front of them. So we've got good things happening using so many barrages. Way too many barrages. But at least we're left of those machine guns, which is going to do us some good things as well. Not going to use any shocks yet until we get in range of either those flotsams or those machine guns. I don't know if we're actually going to get in range of those machine guns. I think we are at right about... Are those riflemen? Nope, they're staying out of range. That is surprising to me. Now, as soon as that, what is that thing called? That is called a shield generator. Again, early morning for me. We're going to get the heck out of Dodge. Running away, letting the grappler take our riflemen. That is what they're for. At this point, we could do a core hit, but I'd rather have all of, you know what, I'm going to move farther to the left to get out of range of those grapplers. Let the grappler take your, come on, brain, critters. That's what we want to happen. Now, I don't know the difference in health between critters and riflemen and zookas, but as long as the critters are closer, that should be okay for the time being. As far as the core hit, I'm going to head up through those zmo's because that's going to mean that we're going to have to go through fewer machine guns and stuff. Don't need to worry about shocking zmo's. zmo's are going to focus on taking one troop out at a time. We've got tons of gunboat energy, so we should actually have a pretty good chance of finishing at this point. Very, very curious to see if that actually happens or not. Now, let's see what the zmo's are actually targeting. See that? They're targeting the critters. So the critters standing out front, keeping our troops alive as best they possibly can. And now it's all about precise shocking moments. So we've got lots and lots of gunboat energy here. Just need to keep all of these things shocked. I'm really hoping to get rid of those flotsams without losing all of our troops. So we need to be very careful about watching how much health they have, because if we don't, they're going to blow up and all of our troops are going to die. Need to back away and then come back in, and that should basically set us up to run away as fast as we can. I'm going to hit retreat once here, and then we're going to retreat right about now, running away as fast as we possibly can, throwing our gunboat energy onto the core, and then maybe one more smoke. Now, the thing is, grapplers don't actually grab anything when you're in the middle of a retreat, as you can see there, but I tried to grab that critter, but they do damage, so that's why I threw that smoke, hoping now to take it down on our last attack. Should be pretty straightforward. I don't have any diamonds, and we've only got a handful of zookas, so this is going to be touch and go. Let's see how many grapplers we have looking for us. This is a bad idea. So we've got 4 grapplers that are going to be grappling our troops, and only 20 zookas. 20 zookas to do 385,000 damage. Gross. You know what? I'm going to do a quick look around my archipelago. There we go. There's one set of 7. That's a pretty good number, actually. I think the most you can get is 20. You're more likely to get 2 or 1. So getting 7 might actually give us an extra boat of troops. And now let's get back in, see what we can do. We've got a total of 12 diamonds. Can we get anything? 10? That's a good start. 10. Now I'm going to go for zookas simply because, there we go, 7 plus. Beautiful. Using up all of our diamonds. By the way, if you like these videos and you buy instant training or Admiral's Key or the extra builder or diamonds for that matter, please consider throwing my code into your store, zmoT. Any purchase you do, a small, tiny, itsy bitsy fraction of that goes to me. So greatly appreciated anyone who does that. As you can see, I need it to get some diamonds rocking here. Let's go. War Factory HQ17 with very weak statues. We're going to drop all of our riflemen. First, we're going to go over to this corner. If you're wondering why I'm going so ridiculously wide and why I'm throwing a smoke there, the smoke was to keep Brick alive. Need to keep Brick alive. And I like to do this on any sort of operation attack as well. Go as wide as you possibly can. That way when your troops start to turn inwards, you can go wide again. That way you're going to keep Brick alive, you're going to keep your rifles alive. Good things happen. Now we're going to come right into here, and we're just going to hope that we can keep a Brick alive. If we lose a Zooka, I'm not super duper concerned about it, but if we lose Brick, we're probably going to lose this attack. It's that touch and go right now. Brick, with her battle orders, going to be the difference maker here. Hopefully, we've got 2 shocks, and only 2 shocks. We're going to shock like this and like this, and then just hope we can burn this down using Brick's battle orders, throwing all of our artillery at the core. It's going to be so hit and miss. It's going to be this war of attrition. Grapplers versus Zookas versus riflemen, just not pretty whatsoever. But maybe just, we're actually getting these Zookas that are getting pulled towards the core are actually getting an extra shot off. Down goes War Factory. It was not pretty. It cost us some diamonds. Had retreated like 3 or 4 times. But I think if you give this a shot and throw all your troops at it, you can take this down if you're XP 37 or higher. Now, if you're XP37, like I said, do make sure that you get your Everspark up to level 3 because that universal remote is going to be so useful. And don't ever spend tokens on the universal remote. Leave it at level 1. That's all you need. I'm going to pause, even though we're already 15 minutes in, and we'll come back with a different account. Thanks for sticking around. Back in a second. Okay, I have no idea what we're going to do at this point. Let's just see. I have not thought about this as a max level player at all. We can probably, maybe, possibly solo this. Where to go is right. This whole right-hand side looks doable, but I don't even know what we're going to do here. Now, let me just try and get my bearings here. How much health is on that? Too much to burn through. Those rockets are in a perfect spot as far as protecting all the way around the core. I kind of want to use Bullet and his taunt just to watch him get back and forth, back and forth. Yes, back and forth is actually a known verb in the dictionary. We're going to use Bombardiers, and I don't even know at this point. We're just going to make it up, try and have some sort of fun. I did promise that we're going to go right, though. So you know what? Let's go to the right to start with. We can always come back on a third account, depending on how the right looks, how the right turns out. Let's go like so. I don't even have any idea what the heck I'm trying to do at this point. So let's get some Bombardiers. We're going to throw... we're not going to use medics. Don't use medics with grapplers. Otherwise, they're just going to run away, and it's going to be bad news. Let's just go like that. I don't even... Whatever. We're going to drop... Nope, more Bombardiers. Less Grenadiers. Grenadiers do save you some gunboat energy, obviously, but I'm tempted to use Kavan. We're going to use Everspark, though. You'll notice on this account, remember how I said don't upgrade your universal remote? On this account, I did, just for something to do, because maxed accounts, there's nothing better to do with your tokens anyways. So what we're going to do is just get going. Let's see where the zmoT range is. Okay, so we can get to that right-hand side. We should be golden, but I'm going to drop with some smokes, and the reason for that is, of course, Grappler. Grappler is going to be trying to grapple, and we're going to get over into this corner. What did it grab? Hopefully nothing useful. Nope, Everspark's still in her wonderful spot. Now we're going to get back into here, hoping to get all of our troops stationary. Now Everspark's just going to poop critters, like just getting critters out front of us. All of our troops doing magical things. Do we need to shock things? No, but I'm going to do it anyways. Simply to let Everspark get more critters out front, get rid of that zmoT so it doesn't do something ridiculous to us. And one other thing you can do with a zmoT is you can actually drop your critters underneath smoke. The zmoT will target those critters. Nothing else will see them. They'll stay alive. It's a little trick that isn't super duper useful, but it does good things at the same time. So now what we're going to do is concern ourselves with that grappler once our critters are gone and once our what is that thing called? Once our riflemen are gone. So Everspark went a little bit out front. Now we just need to focus on getting rid of those darn grapplers. Did I just see a mortar there? I thought I did, but maybe I just removed it. Anyways, so this left-hand side, just walking up the left-hand side, I should be using my gunboat energy on those grapplers by the core, but of course I didn't think of that until right now. So you could, obviously, max levels have far more damaging, more useful gunboat energy than low levels, but we're just going to keep shocking at this point because that is the silly thing to do. Once that grappler's gone, we can have a whole lot more options. Do we have any... Yeah, we've lost a couple Bombardiers, but not a ton. Need that grappler to go down. I've wasted way too much gunboat energy on it. Should have shocked it by now. But, again, just not going super duper well. Grappler going down. Let's move back a little bit. Then we can throw some gunboat energy onto this grappler right here. No idea how much health it has, but as you can see, max level artillery, plus we do have the barrage tribe just helping out so much. Kavan would probably be fairly useful on this attack because he could be giving us some second wind action, but Again, I just can't bring myself to use Kavan. Kavan and I are not buddies whatsoever. Max levels probably can solo this if they actually planned things out, but as you can see here, there is not a lot of planning on my part. Maybe after a coffee or two. I'm finding I'm drinking way more coffee this time of year. I'm not quite sure what it is. Probably the late nights in the sunshine. Oh, yes. Grappler did not go down. Are you serious? I thought for sure the Flotsam was going to explode it. So there we go. We're basically at the core. We could essentially do a save the core at this point, but we're just going to keep... You know what? Maybe we will. Let's just do that. We've already done 20 minutes. You guys have said you like longer videos, so we're just going to clear this entire thing. Screw it. Let's go. Getting rid of our last bombardier. Now we're good to go. I mean, we've basically cleared how many let's check the rewards. Actually, I never look at the rewards. How far did we get? We got into 71. We picked up every single reward except for those 3 critical fuses by going to the right. So if you're a max level, hopefully that gives you an idea, assuming you haven't already hit War Factory. A lot of you have, some of you don't, which is fantastic. So thank you for waiting. Hopefully this is somewhat useful / helpful. We're going to go critters, riflemen, and then everything else in between, and just get moving once more. I'm going to barrage those shock launchers. Remember, boost your barrage tribe. It makes all the difference in the world. Kirk has been just boosting his statues and then artillerying and barraging his opponents. If people don't have ice, you can just barrage them. Also, max level accounts could have just barraged those shield generators. I'm quite sure of it, but what's the fun in that? We've got rifles out front, taking all sorts of hits to the face for us. Thank you for your losses, Mr. and Mrs. Rifleman. I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Like, should there be like female riflemen or female or male zookas? Just one of those silly things. Now, that's not like a Supercell has been fantastic about having equal numbers of female and male troops, way better than most games. And to be clear, their zookas don't have like massively huge boobs or something like that, which a lot of games, like, remember the Tomb Raider games? Those were ridiculous, like absolutely ridiculous. But anyways, totally tangented. Let's go. I was only going to do a 10-minute video here. Maybe slightly more, but things got out of control here. We are still going to do a third attack. I'm going to try to solo this with zookas. Spoiler alert, it's not going to go terribly well. 1.8 million is going to be way too much, especially with grapplers fighting all the way. Now, I don't have any kind of plan for those rocket launchers. I don't... Look how much what's that thing? We're gonna have to move over here so our troops don't blow up the core. At this point, it's just save the core, save the core, save the core. It's silly, it's ridiculous, but you know what? If you've never done save the core before, please give it a shot. It is fun, it's interesting, and it's something different. If you're pushing victory points, if you're trying to get the most possible victory points on your account, leave the core up until before you go to bed, or even don't take the core down. Leaving up War Factory is the best thing you can do for pushing your victory points. If you want more information on that, hit me up. If you're wondering what are my credentials that I can say this, I was number 1 in Canada. I was in the top, I want to say I got into the top 20, top 15, something like that on the global leaderboard. Yes, my account had a little bit of luck involved with it, but I still put in the skill and the time to get to that point. So if you're pushing victory points, if you have questions about doing so, about what to do, all that sort of fun stuff, do ask questions. I have all of the infos. Basically, if there's something that can be done in Boom Beach, you can basically be assured that I've done it, whether it's taking a task force to number 1, or I don't even, like, I've been playing this game for 5 years now, so if you have any questions, please hit me up in the comments. I can either answer them or point you towards someone who's smarter and better that will answer them for you. So anyways, little bit of a brag moment there, I suppose. I don't know. Anyways, if you've watched this far, hopefully you're getting some entertainment value out of it. Now, to do a proper save the core, just to be clear, you have to clear every single mine and do a victory lap around the headquarters. I did not do the victory lap. That does not count as a save the core, sadly. We're going to pause, come back, use zookas, fail, and then call it a day. Back in a second. Okay, now this is, I have zero faith this is going to work, but I want to see bullet passed around. Oh no, instant training expired. Gonna have to renew that off screen. For now, we spend 44 diamonds, which is unfortunate. First of all, need to get my sculptor going. Look how bad that is. Actually, 41 powder is not bad. My other account, when we just came off, has 0. So first thing I do is get my, look at those stones, 2,000, 4,500, 4,300. Just can't keep up with the sculptor. Multiple accounts. Would love a second sculptor, even though that's absolutely ridiculous. Where to do this attack from? If we go on the right, we got to go through those flotsams. I'm going to do a complete and utter silly diagonal walk. It's going to be terrible, but whatever. Let's go. We're going to drop all of our ladies right in here. We're going to pick up a little bit of extra gunboat energy. Once they've got rid of a couple of those things, we're going to smoke right into here. Trying to keep bullet alive is the primary goal here. Now, this angle is not going to be super duper awesome. Actually, you know what? It actually is turning out pretty well. What you want to do in this instance is try to get a 45-degree angle. We just lost half of our zookas. I just missed my shock. Let's just go like this. So bullet is out front. Those grapplers are going to try to grapple him. Let's shock right in here. We're going to hit taunt. Smokes were in the wrong order because I expected bullet to step out before my zookas expected to shock. Not awesome. Not awesome at all. So we're going to end right there on that failure. I'm going to call it a day. This video is nearing 30 minutes. I went to, you know what? Screw it. Let's do one more. We're almost at 30 minutes. Let's try one more time. Waste some diamonds since my instant training expired. I will renew that, just not right now. All of our zookas coming in right into about here. Then we're going to throw a smoke underneath there, trying to get the heck away from the grappler. Zookas, and troops in general for that matter, only walk on 45-degree angles. So I've got my compass out. I got my protractor out. We're going to try to walk them right into the correct spot. We're going to go like this. This time, we're going to get bullet out front. We're not going to shock him. That should be a better way of doing things. Now, bullet is going to be taunted. We're going to shock like this and shock like this. Maybe somewhat better. Bullet's taunt. He's going to get passed around as soon as those shocks on those grapplers expire. Only need to shock the ones in front, though, because the ones behind should hopefully go for the zookas. That is what I was hoping to do. This is the exact attack I was hoping for, but it was not super duper well done the first time. We are just melting that shield. Zookas doing work. That grappler's about to grab him, going back and forth. That is what I was hoping to do. You could probably solo that if you had more troop damage statues and fewer gunboat energy statues. As you saw, most of our damage happened at the very, very beginning. Let's just see how much damage we managed to get that attack. So we did 1.2 million damage. Not bad. Let's keep, you know what? We're going to keep going. Now, typically, when you shock bullet, you end up using a shock. So when you can actually get him walking to where you want and then flaring something, it does work out far, far better, as we try to demonstrate right about there. One thing to be aware of is try to get your troops in the middle of a gap of 2 defenses. It works incredibly, incredibly well, or 2 buildings, I should say. That way, you can just use them to squeeze your troops nice and skinny. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and that should get our troops into a nice little hidey hole, assuming our zookas back off. There we go. Okay, so now zookas popped out. That is fantastic. I think that shock launcher is going to be a problem, so we're just going to go like that. Now the zookas melt the core. Magic is happening. Bullet, taunt, all the goodness. I don't think it's still going to go down, though. So at this point, we need to simply barrage things. I think I wasted some gunboat energy shocking those shock launchers. We're going to lose yet again. So that solo that I said I was going for, give that a shot when you're boosted. Not awesome. I need to use 22 more diamonds. Gross. Let's go. Need to just BART down the core now. Not the ideal way to do it, but it will work. But it's good practice. Just to show that you don't have to shock bullet. You can walk past, walk your zookas in, figuring out what's going to grab bullet, what's not. It is great practice. I highly recommend it. We basically got 3 operation attacks for the price of 0. That's War Factory. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. It's the middle of July already. Where did the time go? It still feels like March, possibly because the weather's been something like March here. Anyways, that's it for me. That is a long video. Finally resolved my YouTube issues. Hopefully we'll find out on this upload. Let me know in the comments. Give me a thumbs up if the video is good, thumbs down, or even a middle finger if the video is laggy and stuttery. Anyways, that's it for me. If you're looking for diamonds, come join one of our task forces. Otherwise, I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in.